This is Jen, mom of two wonderful girls. I also teach culinary classes and I help make everyday cooking simple, flavorful, and without the chemical, artificial ingredients. So today it's about dumplings and we're gonna make the dumpling wrapper from scratch. I'm excited about that. There are some steps and there's some extra steps that we're gonna make, but it's all worth the time that you're gonna spend making the dumplings from scratch. Yeah, before we start, I want to share a story about how dumpling starts. This is way back centuries ago during Han Dynasty. There was this man and who they believe he's a doctor, and he came to his village and he noticed that people are struggling from frostbites around their ears. So he made this chili and herbs, and then he has this scrapped dough scraps, and then what he did is he filled that dough with some chilies and herbs, and which is known to cure to cure people, right, for any illnesses. And then he starts boiling them, but he shaped them into the shape of the ears, because probably thinking, it's frostbites around the ears. So he shaped the dough like the ears, shape of the ears, and then start boiling them and giving them to the people in the village. Who knows if this really cure the frostbites, but that's the story behind dumplings. So let's make the dumplings. I just thought I'd share that with you today. Okay, for our filling, we have ground turkey, shrimp, soy sauce, sesame oil, our garlic, our ginger, our green onions, and red chili pepper flakes. And then we're gonna start with our flour and hot water. Use hot water. Make a well in the middle of the flour and add the water slowly. And then use the spatula first to mix the flour and the water, and once it comes together, then you can use your hand to form a dough. And then once you don't see any more flour around the bowl, then we are ready for kneading. And here's what I'm talking about. So now the flour comes together with the flour and the water, and then you're ready to dust the surface with the flour, and we're ready to knead the dough. Now it's kind of press and pull. Use the bottom of your hands, the heel of your hands, to press it and pull it, and knead the dough for at least 10 minutes. And once it's smooth and it's ready, you're gonna test it. You're gonna press it with your finger, and once it springs back, then it's good. And then we're gonna put it in a Ziploc bag, seal the bag, and let the dough rest for at least 30 minutes, no less. Let it rest first for 30 minutes. Okay, so for the meantime, let's make our sauce. So we have soy sauce, we have sesame oil, we have rice vinegar, we have honey, and our garlic, our ginger, green onions, and a sliced fresh red chili pepper. And then here's our soy sauce. To our soy sauce, we add the vinegar, and then we add the honey, and then sesame oil, and then the rest of the ingredients. But before we do that, let's whisk the sauce first, and then here's the rest of the ingredients. I love that bright red color of the fresh red chili pepper. And whisk it again to make sure that everything is incorporated. So at this point, you're gonna taste it because everything is to your likings. So make sure that you taste. And then you can also sprinkle a little bit of toasted sesame seeds. And now our dough is ready. So first we're gonna cut the dough in half. Use a bench scraper. If you don't have a bench scraper, then you can use your knife. and then we cut it into 2 pieces. After we do that, we're gonna form it into a log. So we're gonna have 2 logs. And what we're gonna do with 1 log is we're gonna cover it with plastic wrap and then set it aside. And then the other log, you're gonna cut it into 2 pieces first and then to smaller pieces. Make sure that you cut evenly so you have an even size dumpling wrappers. And then you form a bowl. You dust the surface again with flour and you form it into a bowl. Then you press it onto the surface and then you start rolling. The thinner you roll the dough is the better. Then you're gonna use the cookie cutter, and then you kind of just remove that excess dough around the cookie cutter, and there you go. That's your dumpling wrappers. And make sure that you dust them with flour so they don't stick together. And you can freeze them too. And here we're ready to fill our dumpling wrapper. Don't fill them too much. Make sure that you have enough room. And before you close it, apply water around to seal it. And here's the fun part. So we're gonna fold it and connect those 2 sides, and then we're gonna make pleats like your skirt, you know, your pleated skirt, and then we're gonna tuck both sides. And then you do the same with the other side. And then let me show you one more time. Again, you fold it and then you make those pleats, and once you reach the end, you tuck it in, and you do the same thing with the other side. You make those pleats and then you tuck it in, and there you go. There is your dumpling. And then at this point, heat the pan with oil and fry these dumplings. As soon as they turn brown, then they're ready. Make sure that you have the lid ready because you're going to add the water, and make sure that you protect yourself from the oil splatter. So make sure that you have that lid ready, and once you steam it for about 2-3 minutes, and once it's done, there you go. That's your dumplings. So we have our shrimps and turkey dumplings for dinner. For more recipes, please visit me at leanbellaskitchen.com. And for this one, just click the link below. Thank you and bye for now.